Biographical criticism links a literary work to its author's life. When we study Chinua Achebe, knowing that he grew up in colonial Nigeria helps us understand things fall apart. Student 1. So the author's experience shapes the meaning. Yes, but be careful. Critics like Roland Barthes argued for the death of the author, meaning the text can stand alone without the author's biography. Historical criticism reads texts in their social and political context. Marxist criticism goes further, it examines how class, power, and economics shape literature. Student 2. How would we apply that to a Nigerian novel? Ask, who has power in this story? Who is oppressed? Does the text challenge or reinforce social hierarchies? In Weep Not, Child by Ngugi, colonial land dispossession is central. Feminist criticism examines how gender shapes text, how women are represented, whose voice is centered, and what assumptions about femininity or masculinity underlie the writing. Student 3. What about African feminist approaches? Excellent. Writers like Buchi Emekita in The Joys of Motherhood show women challenging patriarchal structures within African society. Nigerian scholars also look at how colonialism intersects with gender oppression. Formalism, often called new criticism, focuses purely on the text itself, its structure, language, imagery, and internal coherence. The author's life and historical context are set aside. Student 1. This seems like what WAEC questions ask us to do. Often yes. Close reading is at the heart of literature exams. You analyze the words on the page, diction, tone, figurative language, structure. Postcolonial criticism examines how colonialism and its aftermath shape literature from formerly colonized nations. It questions whose stories are told, in whose language, and for whose audience. Student 2. So Achebe writing things fall apart in English, that itself is a postcolonial issue. Precisely. Achebe chose English deliberately to reach a global audience and counter colonial narratives. The choice of language is itself a political act. Psychoanalytic criticism applies psychological concepts, the unconscious, repression, desire, dreams, to characters and authors. A character's irrational behavior may reveal unconscious drives. Student 3. Can we use this in WAEC? Yes, carefully. Discuss a character's psychological motivation, what fears or desires drive them. This adds depth to character analysis. In your exam, you won't always be told which approach to use. But knowing multiple lenses helps you construct richer arguments. For example, if asked about the role of women in your set text, you might use feminist criticism. If asked about the historical context, you use historical criticism. If asked to analyze a poem closely, you use formalism. Student 1. Can we mix approaches? Absolutely. The best essays often do. Acknowledge the approach you're using and apply it consistently. To summarize, biographical, historical, Marxist, feminist, formalist, postcolonial, and psychoanalytic criticism are key approaches. Each asks different questions and reveals different meanings. A sophisticated reader uses multiple lenses.